On behalf of the board, executive management and staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, we wish our Muslim brothers and sisters a happy Eid celebration. Welcome to Everyone Deserves a Home radiocast, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, under the able leadership of the Managing Director and Chief Executive, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi. I am Jeremiah Amedu, your anchor. The program Everyone Deserves a Home comes to you every Fridays 8 p.m. on the network service of Radio Nigeria. Today we shall open with FMBN on the news. On our special interview corner, we have the Group Head, Strategy and Performance Management Group of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria as our guest. And later on the program, we shall wrap up with Madam Cho Cho Cho. All these and many more shall come after the break. Please stay tuned.
What's happening here?
Ask your friend. The landlord just left here threatening fire and brimstone over rent.
Oh no. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has put in place a process of assisting Nigerian workers to own their own houses without tears through the National Housing Fund mortgage loans.
Without tears?
Yes. All you need to do is register and contribute 2.5% of your salary to the National Housing Fund for 6 months if you're a salaried worker and 1 year if you're self-employed. Then you're qualified to apply for a mortgage loan.
Are you saying a self-employed person like me can obtain a mortgage loan from Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to buy a house?
Absolutely. As a contributor, all you need to do is identify a property with relevant title documents and approach an accredited primary mortgage bank that will help you package the loan and submit to Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
Really?
Yes. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria have estates they have financed all over the country, which interested contributors can key into.
Where are you going to?
We are going to a primary mortgage bank right away.
For more information, please visit our website www.fmbn.gov.ng. You can also visit any of our field offices nationwide or call
090-3633-2566.
This message is from the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
My name is Shehu Usman Osidi, the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Keep listening to Everyone Deserves a Home on radio and on TV on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m. on Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to Everyone Deserves a Home, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Amina Jibril is on standby with FMBN on the news. Over to you, Amina.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Good evening, listener, and a warm welcome to FMBN on the news. We begin with the headlines. FMBN partners stakeholders to promote women's participation in housing development. Governor Soleil flags off 430 housing units for workers. Jigawa State Government seeks partnership with Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. And now the news in full. In line with its commitment to women empowerment for national growth and development, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, joined stakeholders in the housing sector to explore opportunities for strengthening women participation in housing development. As part of activities to mark the 2026 International Women's Day, the Managing Director and Chief Executive, FMBN, Shehu Osidi, delivered a special keynote address at the 2-day maiden edition of the Africa Women in Housing and Construction Conference and Business Expo 2026 held in Abuja. The 2-day housing conference and expo had as its theme Work, Wealth and Worth, redefining work, building wealth and elevating worth. Represented by the Group Head, Corporate Communications, Jadeshola Bago, the MD advocated for gender-conscious policies that will provide suitable avenues for women to contribute to their God-given potentials to grow Africa's housing sector, create jobs, and grow their national economies, as well as Africa as a collective.
While women own homes and businesses, households are stronger, communities are more stable, and economies grow more inclusively. Intentional investment in women's skill, enterprises, and leadership across the housing ecosystem directly impacts housing, and national economies.
Osidi applauded women's active rise as critical players in the housing sector in recent times, particularly the notable strides in the workplace through increased participation in corporate leadership, entrepreneurship, and science-based professions. The FMBN managing director said across Nigeria, women architects, engineers, artisans, developers, policymakers, financiers, and community leaders are meaningfully shaping Africa's cities and rural communities. On her part, the convener and founder of Africa Women in Housing and Construction Network, Flora Ann, explained that the purpose of the conference is to bring women experts together to share ideas and strategies for greater impact in the building sector.
We're all sisters in this industry. We're all in the built environment. So we're bringing them together today. Let's discuss the challenges we have in the built sector. Let's prefer solutions together, whether you're an architect, you're a builder, you're a quantity surveyor, you're a town planner. Let's all come together as sisters and discuss a better way for us, to be really and fully recognized in the built environment.
And the Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule has performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of 430 affordable housing units under the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria FMBN Workers Housing Scheme. The governor, speaking at the ceremony which took place at the project site in Lafia, the state capital, said the project was part of his administration's commitment towards providing affordable housing for civil servants in the state. He explained that the partnership with FMBN would ensure that workers who have been contributing to the National Housing Fund, NHF, can finally become home owners, just as he commended the managing director of FMBN, Shehu Usman Osidi, for choosing Nasarawa State as one of the beneficiaries of the bank's housing program. On the spot, the managing director and chief executive of FMBN, Shehu Usman Osidi, noted that the groundbreaking ceremony marked another milestone in the bank's effort to delivering affordable housing to Nigerian workers. And the managing director and chief executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, Shehu Usman Osidi, has said that the bank is ready to partner with Jigawa State government in facilitating mortgage access for workers to purchase 1,500 housing units being developed across the state. Osidi gave the assurance at the FMBN corporate headquarters in Abuja while receiving a delegation from Jigawa State led by the Jigawa State Head of Service, Muhammad Dagachiri, recently. Dagachiri, who led the delegation, spoke on the purpose of the visit, explaining that the state government is constructing 1,500 housing units in 3 phases to promote affordable home ownership among low and middle income earners, particularly civil servants. He stated that 500 units have been completed under Phase 1, while Phase 2, comprising 600 units, has reached about 60% completion, and the final phase will deliver the remaining units. He commended the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria for its critical role in expanding home ownership opportunities to Nigerians, noting that many Jigawa State workers have benefited from the bank's initiatives over the years. And that's it on News Update. I am Amina Jibril. It's now back to you, Jeremiah. Eid Mubarak.
Thank you, Amina. Up next is our exclusive interview corner, but we will take a breather here. Everyone Deserves a Home radiocast returns after this message from our sponsors. Do stay with us.
Wetin dey happen for you?
Our landlord just waka comot for here now with plenty kasala on top house rent matter. Me, I don tire.
Wait, una see the parent? Una never hear say the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria don put for ground the National Housing Fund mortgage loan for workers dem to take get loan for their own house, and this loan e no get wahala.
Loan without wahala ke? Impossible.
See you, e dey possible. Make you just register and contribute 2.5% of your salary to the National Housing Fund for 6 months if you dey collect salary, and 1 year if you dey work for yourself. You don qualify for the mortgage loan be that o.
You mean say me like this we get my own business, market woman and farmer dem fit get loan from Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria take buy house?
Bam! As you be contributor so na to just point your finger to the house when get correct paper, then alele to any primary mortgage bank when they accredit to help you package the loan and submit them to Federal Mortgage Bank. Sure, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria get estate for everywhere for we country. You when be contributor fit go see am with your korokoro eye and choose one. Point and kill.
For more tori, make you visit the website www.fmbn.gov.ng. You fit go to any of our offices nationwide or green
090-3633-2566.
Now Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria they bring on this story.
My name is Shehu Usman Osidi, the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Keep listening to Everyone Deserves a Home on radio and on TV on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m. on Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Thank you for staying with us on the program Everyone Deserves a Home, coming to you live from the network studios of Radio Nigeria. When we talk about the Nigerian dream, the conversation almost always starts with a roof over our heads. But behind every major housing development, every skyline shaping project, and every mortgage scheme, there is a complex engine of strategy making it all possible. Today, we're diving deep into strategies and frameworks driving FMBN affordable products and services across the country. Now, to help us navigate this, Everyone Deserves a Home correspondent Amina Jibril spoke with the man at the intersection of strategy and performance of the FMBN. He is the group head, Strategy and Performance Management Group, Mr. Oladapo Fakeye. Let's join the conversation.
Can you please share with us what you do at the Strategy and Performance Management Group of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria?
Thank you very much for that question. The Strategy and Performance Management Group of the bank is a very, permits the use of the word, strategic group or department in the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. As we all know, every institution needs to plan for its today and its tomorrow. More particularly, its tomorrow. It's easy to deal with today's issues and sort out what you need to do today. But more importantly, you also need to plan for tomorrow. As they say, if you fail to plan, it means you are planning to fail. So one of the major things we do in this group is to plan for the future of the bank. So we manage what you call a strategy blueprint or strategy plan for the bank so that we plan for the tomorrow of the bank and ensure that our tomorrow is safe, it's sustainable, and as an institution, we are profitable and we are competitive within the Nigerian environment. And that we are also able to deliver on our mandate as an institution.
Okay, thank you very much. Our listener, however, would want to know the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria's model of growing affordable housing in Nigeria.
Thank you for that question. So affordable housing in Nigeria, or housing generally in Nigeria, is a huge problem. We all hear about the deficit in terms of the housing units that needs to be produced in Nigeria for all Nigerians to be adequately and effectively housed. So one of the things we do in the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is to actually ensure that affordable housing is being produced. We are a government-owned housing finance institution, and that means that our major focus is not profit. Our major focus is not to make money from the business of providing housing. Our major profit is to undertake the mandate of ensuring that Nigerians are decently and affordably housed within the country. So all what we do is to ensure that we make sure that we fund houses that can be sold at very affordable prices. We give money to developers to build houses, and we fix the prices of the houses so that it is not exorbitant and it's affordable for Nigerians. The second part of what we do in that regard is to also provide funding for people who want to buy the houses that we are funded, or even houses in the open market, so that they get a mortgage loan or a rent to own or any of our other products at very affordable rates. Our interest rate is 6% on our mortgages. So you can imagine coming to FMBN to get a 6% mortgage. Meanwhile, in the open market, the interest rates on mortgages go for as high as 20 or even 30%. So that is how we ensure that we deliver affordable housing to Nigerians. And we are able to do all of that because we manage the National Housing Fund, which is a scheme open to all working Nigerians who can contribute 2.5% of their monthly income, just 2.5%, not a big amount of money. And on the basis of contributing just 2.5% of their monthly income, they can have access to any of our products and services.
Now, as the group head of Strategy and Performance Management of the FMBN, could you share how your group is driving the current 7-point reform agenda in repositioning the FMBN?
So the 7-point agenda is our management's agenda on how to move the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria forward. So the 7-point agenda speaks to automating our processes, ensuring that we reduce our non-performing loans, ensuring that we have the best in terms of staff welfare, that we have a performance management system, we can properly supervise our projects, and so on and so forth. Now, what we do in that regard is that we use the instrumentality of our strategy blueprint. Fortunately enough, all that we have as elements of the 7-point agenda are also embedded within our strategy blueprint as an institution. Okay, so while we implement the strategy blueprint of the bank, we are also focusing on management's 7-point agenda. So everything that we are doing as a group is to see that we manage the process of ensuring that relevant groups which perform to deliver on each of these key priorities. So we have initiatives that we monitor, specific tasks that each of these groups within the bank have to perform, and we follow up on a quarterly basis as to whether they've done it and to what measure that they have done it. Another aspect of that is to also look at the performance of the bank. So we set annual targets under the bank's budget, and even under the strategy blueprint of the bank, there are also targets that we want to achieve as an institution. And this regards to collections, how many new NHF contributors we've registered to the scheme, and so on and so forth. So we also monitor that to ensure that the desire of management, which is encapsulated in the 7-point agenda, are also carried out by whoever is responsible to carry them out.
In 2024, the bank launched a new 5-year strategic plan. Now, we are now well into that journey, but what are the key performance pillars that have seen the most significant growth since the 2025 strategy retreat?
Thank you very much. Our first strategy plan actually started 2020. It was supposed to be a 5-year blueprint or timeline, which will have ended in 2024. However, by 2022, so many things had shifted within the market, and we saw a need to reset the strategy blueprint. So it's actually 2022 that we had a reset, another 5-year reset. Incidentally, 2026 is the terminal date for the current 5-year strategy blueprint, and we're already working on a new one going forward. So what has happened, or what are the key performance pillars? So majorly, in terms of what our intentions are under the strategy blueprint, one of the major areas is that of customer satisfaction. How do we improve the experience of the customer in terms of enjoying and accessing our services and our products as well? So we've had to ensure that we reduce the turnaround time for those things. So if it took 30 days previously to enjoy a service or to conclude a transaction, we've reduced that time by 40%. Another aspect that we're also very excited about is in terms of the NHF collections. And I think that speaks well to the fact that if more people are contributing to the National Housing Fund, it means that the word is spreading that FMBN is performing, and those who are not contributors now have a reason or an incentive to join the National Housing Fund scheme and contribute to the National Housing Fund scheme so that they can also enjoy the benefits. 2025, we recorded the highest ever NHF collections on an annual basis. So that said, that's a very good indication to us that more Nigerians are interested, are involved in the National Housing Fund, even though for the private sector it's even optional. But we have seen a reversal in that members of the private sector, workers in the private sector, are joining the scheme and contributing to the scheme and are benefiting from the scheme as well.
Okay, how has the FMBN strategic model evolved to align with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope Cities and Estates program?
Thank you very much for that question. So the Renewed Hope Cities and Estates program is a housing scheme and housing initiative under the President Tinubu's agenda, and it is being run by the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. However, because of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria's unique role as a government-owned entity, and I want to emphasize that we're a government-owned entity, so one of our major responsibilities is to drive government programs. So FMBN appears to be the key agency for implementing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's agenda of renewed hope, estates and cities. And we've done quite a lot in that regard. FMBN provided 100 billion naira guarantee to support the housing program, the Renewed Hope housing programs, when it started. I remember in 2024 or thereabout, there was the first groundbreaking ceremony at Kasanda to deliver over 3,000 housing units. And before the developers moved to site, FMBN had provided the 100 billion guarantee. The guarantee essentially said, once the developers build the houses, we are ready to provide mortgages to Nigerians who are interested in buying those houses to the tune of 100 billion naira. And I want to believe that the 100 billion naira is not a small money. So that gave impetus to developers, sources for funds, and engaging in that project. That project is well advanced as we speak. Apart from just providing a guarantee, FMBN has also been actively funding some aspects of that product as well. So we have another site in Lagos for the renewed home housing estate that we've also directly provided funding to the tune of almost 20 billion naira. Another estate in the FCT as well that we've provided funding for. So when you look at it, FMBN has provided support to the tune of probably almost 150 billion naira. It's not a small money. So, and that shows the extent in which we are fully supporting the Renewed Home Housing and Estates program.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned that in 2025, the bank recorded a historic 152.4 billion NHF collections, which is about a 48% increase from the previous year. Now, to what strategic process do you attribute this massive jump in contributor confidence?
Thank you very much. So, two areas that we mentioned with regards to what led to a significant increase in our annual NHF collections. One is, as I mentioned earlier, customer satisfaction. A good product always sells. And when you have a good product, your sales volume also increases. And for us in the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, what it means is that more Nigerians, particularly workers, are interested in keying into the scheme and enjoying its benefits. 6% interest rate, 30 years to repay a mortgage facility. You are repaying from your monthly income, so it's convenient. You are not making a bulk payment. And then even your contributions into the National Housing Scheme are refunded back to you when you retire from service with interest. So it sounds like a deal that is too good to be true, but it's true. And those are the parameters. So when more Nigerians see the benefit and the value of the National Housing Fund, they have shown their interest by increasing their contributions into the scheme. We want to continue to work on this. The second thing, apart from customer satisfaction, the second thing I'd like to highlight as one of the key reasons for increase in contribution is the automation of our processes as well. So we've concluded a core banking application, which has to a large extent automated a lot of our processes. And what that translates to is faster turnaround time. It's also easier for the customer to engage with the bank. So in the comfort of your home, it's easy for you to take your phone, your tablet or your laptop, and then register and become a contributor to the National Housing Fund. It's easy for you in the comfort of your home or office as an individual to comment contributions. Just go on our payments platform and then you can make your monthly contributions. It's easy for you to download some of our loan application forms you fill online and then the process starts. It's easy for you at the comfort of your home to commence your refund process without necessarily having to step into any of the FMBN offices. Of course, we welcome contributors to come into our offices, but we also want to make it comfortable for you to enjoy the services of the bank. So automation has been also key in that regard of increasing contributions as well.
The Group Head, Strategy and Performance Management Group of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Oladapo Fakeye, in a chat with Everyone Deserves a Home news correspondent, Amina Jibril. We will take a short break here. The program, Everyone Deserves a Home, returns in a jiffy.
My name is Shehu Osman Osidi, the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Keep listening to Everyone Deserves a Home on radio and on TV on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m., on Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to Everyone Deserves a Home radio program, coming to you live from the network studios of Radio Nigeria. Finally, on today's package, let me treat you to updates with Madam Cho Cho Cho. Happy listening.
Hi, na so I sit down for one corner dey soak garri. Breeze wey dey blow as I open my window come deliver one paper the paper land for on top my leg. I look the paper. Next thing when I see na National Housing Fund NHF loan. Chai! The thing wey my eye see, now I wan talk so. My people, make una gather together. Today na tori time. Money matter and better housing gist na I carry come. Na me be Madam Cho, your number one housing apoko, and I no dey carry last at all. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria (FMBN) get wetin dem dey call NHF loan. Dat na National Housing Fund loan. Shebi una don dey hear of NHF since ba? Well, this one na correct ogbonge update. First of all, if you be correct Naija pikin wey don reach 18 years and above and you don dey contribute for the National Housing Fund for at least 6 months, just come near me well. Whether you wan build castle, buy one small bungalow or just upgrade that zinc roof wey dey leak pra every rainy season, this loan na for you. How you go take apply? You go apply through correct mortgage loan originator (MLO). That one be primary mortgage banks wey get license and receive blessing from FMBN. Na dem go give you the form, do the paperwork and link you straight to the money. The house wey you wan build must get better land wey get title, correct plan, and must dey solid with better quality. No be the one wey go collapse immediately mosquito sneeze on top of am. Na the house go be the security or collateral for the loan. The house also must get correct insurance. E never finish o. For this NHF loan, you fit collect up to 50 million naira. Yes, you hear me well. 50 mila. FMBN no dey give pass 90% of the value of the property, so that you sef go show small love. Bring your own equity join. If na 5 million and below, na free equity, nothing do you. But if you want 6 million and above, you go contribute equity. My country people, this one na real jackpot. Abi na how una take see am? I know say you go dey ask question like say, what of the repayment period of this NHF loan? No worry, I go answer you. FMBN go give you up to 30 years to pay back depending on your age and years wey remain for you to work. Interest rate nko e sweet like suya. Na just 6%. No commercial mortgage company fit try this kind one. Na only FMBN fit give you this kind loan with shikini interest rate. Repayment go also pass through your mortgage loan originator. So my people, shine your eye o. This dream to get your own house no far again. Whether you dey hustle for Ibadan, Jos, or dey suffer landlord wahala for Sapele, your own key dey wait for you for this NHF loan. Dem talk say, who get ear make e hear o. For more information, make you visit www.fmbn.gov.ng or make you visit any FMBN office wey dey near you. Until next week, I don drop my call. My people, Barka da Sallah.
Thank you, Madam Cho. And with this, we call it a wrap on today's edition of the program, Everyone Deserves a Home, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN. For questions and inquiries, send an email to info@fmbn.gov.ng. And on behalf of the executive producer, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi, Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, the Group Head, Corporate Communications Group, and the entire Everyone Deserves a Home production team, I am Jeremiah Amedu, wishing you a beautiful evening. Eid Mubarak, and God bless Nigeria.